My name is Adrian. I represent Bone Studio, and in Bone Studio we are doing multiple things. So one of them is motion capture services and character animation services for AAA games. And also what we do, and so we are building machine learning ready data sets for multiple companies working and building their own AI related to human behavior and human animation. But also in Bone Studio, we created our own cartoon series. And in the pipeline of cartoon series, we are using multiple AI tools. So from the early beginning, so from the building the story, doing the concept art, and finishing with the generated animation for production, and also creating the 3D assets for environment we are using in our story. It's called Bogby. You can see it on the YouTube channel if you are interested. It's in Polish and in Spanish. And of course, also for languages, we are using the 11 Labs tool to generate the voices. Bone Studio.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm actually not Krzysztof Kujawski, who's listed. My name is Paweł. I'm a creative director in Humanverse. It's like a AI-first creative technology company. We're sort of like in the middle between ad agency and content production studio, creating pipelines for e-commerce and content videos, still content, stuff like that. Usually for like big end clients. But my expertise and background is like 20 years in advertising. And in terms of AI, it's changed completely our approach because we don't have to go to, for example, Africa for 2 weeks to have a film shoot. We do it in a computer right now. So that's the worst part, that we're just sitting at a computer. But you know, the pipeline is completely redesigned just for AI.
All right, this is very interesting because you are in the middle, because you are in the creation and in development as well. We are game developers, so basically this is the reason I want to talk with you, because I heard that advertisement industry changed completely because of the AIs. We're waiting for changing. We know that you are changing. We also changing because I'm working with a firm, with a company which try to change everything related with development of the game. It's low math, deep AI, good old fashioned, and we try to make automation of the testing, QA, everything. So basically, I know that we will cut a couple of jobs in the future in the game development. So basically, how to change your brand, your industry, AI? What's changed right now? Yeah.
If you look from the content production side, of course it's still happening. Like people go to film shoots with regular cameras and film crews, but more and more big companies are switching towards AI. And let's say that we needed like 2-3 months process to shoot even like a 30 seconds film commercial. And now we can do it in 5 days. And I mean, it's pretty sad for many jobs, for many people, because when we went to different country, usually for a shoot, there was like 100, 150 people involved, sometimes like 200, 300 extras on set. And now it's like 5 people on the job. So yeah, that's huge difference. And we may be using some like technical shots. So we sent like a photographer to just shoot an asset like a building or a car or whatever, but we don't need like the whole crew. So yeah, that's completely changed.
How about you, Adrian?
just a quick one, but did you decrease the amount of did you fire people basically because of that, or you just increase the capacity and output of your company? Like, oh, now I can do like 5 videos a month, not like, oh, I will fire half of the team.
Actually, in our industry, there are people just hired for the project. So we don't like have on a payroll like 100 people or something. If you have a bigger project, you just hire like a DOP and scenographers and stuff like that, people like that. So now we just don't hire them. So yeah.
I think that the great thing is that many people say that the future is a moment, the current situation is the moment when we will have a multi-million dollars companies managed by one guy. And I think that it's a great opportunity, especially for young people with the good taste of design and basically no engineering skills. Because if you are an engineer and you have a good taste of design, that's perfect situation. You can build something, you can code something, you can build a video game or some kind of application, and create also fantastic design on top of it. But if you are just a simple artist with the great imagination, but basically no technical skills, now the future is yours. You can create everything by yourself, or you can hire somebody for 1, 2, 3 days to do something, to do the, let's say, the quality assurance, to check the quality of the code and stuff like that. But you can handle everything in your hands. So the situation similar is in the advert industry. Now you don't need to organize a multiple photo shooting sessions. If you have enough data to train your model, you can, on top of it, generate multiple stuff really close related to the design you already implemented in your brand. And that's a cool thing. Of course, it's a kind of danger situation for employees because many people will lose a job. But that's always happened on the markets. A few years back, we had a digital cameras revolution. And people were worrying that, oh my God, professional photographers will lose a job. And yeah, some of them lost the job, but we are still using and we are hiring great photographers to do the art and high quality content. But thanks to the technology available and really affordable for ordinary people, the making a great photos is available for everyone, and people can enjoy it. Of course, not everyone build the business on top of it, but similar situation will be with the AI tools. It will be more available for young people, for juniors in every single industry to create something, even if it's a great portfolio. And that's a cool thing. That's a good stuff.
But there's one thing about it, because one thing is to have the tools, right? Because now everybody have the access to the tools, but how to use them. And I think for that, you still need that skills in place. It's like saying, if I will wear the top tier running shoes, will I be great runner? Well, I can run. Probably I can even run faster and better than normal me and my normal shoes. But still, if I put the same shoes like professional runner, he will do way, way, way better, right?
Yeah.
It's just the tools.
Of course, for professionals, for people with the huge experience, AI tools will be like a superpower.
But the one thing that you said in the beginning, it's the most important, I think, that the thing that you must have, like as a human, is an idea. If you have an idea, you can use your idea and use the tools to leverage your idea and do all the steps that you needed, like lots of people and sometimes the idea got lost in the middle between people. Of course, sometimes it's great to have like creative minds collide and great things can happen, but sometimes you just want your idea, and now with the tools you can like make it happen. And even if you're like a solo game dev, you can create your own like a title without owning a team. At least you can try, because now there's tools that can enable you the work alone.
To a degree, because like, for example, the concept art is one thing that our industry, at least, is looking very curiously into, because it can save a lot of time and a lot of money, but it's still, you can generate and iterate with the AI tools to a degree, and then if you really want your idea, you just need to put somebody there who will just fix the stuff, or like recreate it, but with the extra 10% of the human mind, and it will show basically. So you still need humans at the end, even if you can create like 90% of the product.
So okay, so what's gonna be in the future? Yeah, so you told me that this human at the end is very important. So did we need if we need a curator or the artist in the future? Yeah. What kind of a job will be in the terms of the production or game development or even film, whatever? Because you told me that at the end someone with the taste, with knowledge, yeah, should see if it's okay or not for the production, for the game, for the movie, for the for the poster, wherever. Everything what our AI will create. So, what is important in the future? What's going to be important in the future as a skill?
I think you will need to have a taste to choose whether it's in images, videos, like game assets, whatever. You need to know what you want and whether it's good or whether it's bad, because AI can produce like billions of stuff for you, but you need to choose, and you are the director actually who says, okay, I like this, let's combine this with that, let's rewrite the story, whatever.
But taste is related with the knowledge or experience.
I think the AI lacks one thing, and if you ask like for writing part, if you ask AI about something, it creates you the backbone, and even like maybe fill the gaps of some other, like a dialogue, for example, that you want, and then it will ask, I can do a smaller version, I can do maybe a little different version, but it's not curious about it. It doesn't ask you, oh, you want to mix this and this idea. It just says like, oh, it's a cool idea, let's mix it. And it doesn't ask the question like, don't you think it will be better to add also this? And only humans do that. So without the curiosity, it will be like, it kind of like funnels only on the idea. It doesn't expand the idea because it doesn't want to.
Prompter. It's gonna be the great job for people in the future. It's just like today, you have multiple different programmers, and they need to know multiple different programming languages. And the similar situation will be with the prompting. A great people will understand multiple different tools and how to prompt them properly. And I think that that's going to be the good job in the future. If you know how to use your language and how to explain the AI what your creative director wants.
Prompter as a programmer of AI, yeah? So
yeah, exactly, yeah. But using the language, so not coding.
For example, like I work in a 30 people team, and I would love for everybody, to use all the AI tools, not even for like a production ready assets, but just to fail faster, basically, right? Oh, let's write this dialogue quickly, temporarily, and we will fix it later. Like somebody will sit down, think about it. What do we want to, like, what emotion in the scene, blah, blah, blah. and rewrite it. But we can quickly have a placeholder for animator, voiceover, even optimization stuff, right? So I don't want a separate person who will just walk around and say like, oh, what do you want from AI? Okay, let me cook it for you and I will bring it to you, right? Like a chef, AI chef. I would like, maybe that's like a, I hate the term, but maybe we need like a coaches, like AI coaches who will come to the company and like, okay, so you are a writer. So those tools work like that. You can use it like that, right? You work with audio. Those are the tools for you, right? So after a time, everybody can use those tools as we use Excel, for example, right? Like concept artists or artists using Excel to estimate the task or like to track the task. And it's, like it's not like artist tool, right? So I would like every person to use the AI tools like the other tools, not the special person.
Yeah, but I think the problem here is that we actually don't know what will happen in the next 6 months, 12 months, 18 months.
Sure.
I mean, like 2 years ago, everybody was telling everybody that you should be a prompt engineer. It's going to be a great job. And now you can just use simple language to communicate with the LLMs, to whatever. And,
Exactly.
I remember when, like, a year and a half before the first Sora was announced, and there was this director, Paul Trillo, and he was saying that the prompts he used were like 600, 700 words to, just prompt one scene. And now you can just write, I want the zebra to jump. And that's it. And that's crazy. And it's actually, if you look back 2 years ago, there was the GIFs and memes with Will Smith eating spaghetti with his hands, and actually some parts of his hands were spaghetti. And it's just 2 years, and now it's perfect footage, 4K. He sits and takes the pasta on a spoon. It's perfect. So that's crazy. So I don't know. Actually, it's super difficult to say what will be in like a couple of months even. So that's really a tough question.
That's true, because what we know right now, OpenAI works on perfect agent, yeah, for an assistant, yeah. So basically, in the future, if you have Tony Stark, yeah, Jarvis, yeah, you just ask Jarvis, make me a video, yeah, and we'll talk with the Jarvis as your assistant. So basically, prompting will be pointless, yeah, as a skill. I think knowledge that you know what you want to see, I think is much more efficient and much more useful in the future, yeah, because you have to know what kind of movie you want to see, what kind of sounds you want to hear, or play what kind of a game, and what kind of the gameplay you want to have, yeah. I think in the future, of course, AIs will also make games, so it's obvious, but I don't know where, but it's gonna be, yeah.
Elon Musk announced that in 2027 or 28 there will be a ultimate game generator where you can generate any kind of video game based on the prompt. So, well, maybe the future is totally different, and we will not need multiple tools to do something. We will have one ultimate tool, and we will say, I need an application doing something, bang, and pretty nice.
That's actually crazy, because I don't know if I want the world to look like I want to think what game I want to play. Like, that's why we go to the movies and buy games and play games, because we want to see the story that someone invented, and not like, it's crazy. You open a computer and sit for half an hour and like, what the hell? I don't want to play. And you need to write the prompt to generate the game. That's crazy. For me, I guess it's really nice to get into someone else's head in a story, right? Like if you watch a movie, series, or play games, read a book, whatever.
You know what? I think that there is a great idea behind it, and there will be a similar tool for Netflix and similar tool for gaming platform where you will have the low-cost subscription plan for $5, where you will have games generated by AI based on your prompt. You know, I want to play some Tetris or something, and there will be or watch a movie about dinosaurs, and there will be the high subscription plan for $50 or something, where you will have the handmade stuff made by people with some great ideas, amazing design, and made by humans. That would be interesting.
Let's imagine we are in that future, right? And the output of for example, a tool that creates every movie that you can imagine. It's called Netflix, right? You go there and there's like hundreds of movies, basically whatever you want. And we are living this kind of future right now. And you've probably been in the situation where you just scroll through Netflix for like half an hour. It's like, nah, nothing's. Let's watch, I don't know, Seven or Lord of the Rings for the 100th time in my life, right? And you enjoy it. It's not like, oh, like, let's just put it on the TV and like, no. You're actually enjoying it, right? Because it's good.
Interesting thing is that there was some research about it, that today people are spending more time on Netflix looking and searching for the stuff they want to watch than on watching the chosen video. Amazing.
In games, we have Roblox, which basically kinda is like infinite amount of infinite small, low quality games. But a lot of people in the industry are scared, like, oh, so if like some kid can make a game that is on the platform, like 100 million active users daily, right? Why we even try to make games, like a proper games? $80 a game? The kids won't buy it. But the thing is, if you show those kids a proper game, like, I don't know, Dead Cells, Hollow Knight, GTA, they will pick that one over the of course, tomorrow they will go to school, and if they have like a 20 minutes during the break or after the school, they will play the small Roblox game to meet the friends, to play with friends. But then they will go home, and if they have the console or PC that can play proper games, they will pick those. I can assure you.
So the problem is that AI will help us produce more, and we will be oversaturated by the content, and then we don't have enough time to consume everything. Don't you afraid such a situation in the future, in the terms of the games, movies, everything?
I will just write an AI agent to pick my stuff. No, this is my stuff I like. Find me in those vast sea of nothingness, just the two movies I will enjoy.
Wow, so we need to go deeper. You will have your own personal assistant, AI, who will know everything about you, about your taste, about your sense of humor, about this kind of stories you like the most. And this personal assistant will generate a prompt for tools to create the content that will, fitting perfectly into your needs. But you will still need to wash dishes by yourself.
Or maybe the robot will do it, But actually, I think we already have too much information, and now the OpenAI introduced the Sora app, which like creates like billion AIs, slop. It's endless AI slop, and people are enjoying this. I thought they wouldn't, but they are. But I think that's great what you said, that you need a filter, and maybe that's the idea behind the Neuralink, right? So you have all the AI inside your head, and then there's like the firewall. You only see some some part of it.
I don't think we'll arrive at the moment where I can just go, oh, I would like to watch some action movie with robots and dinosaurs, and it will generate me like 30 minutes of a movie that I will really enjoy. Because when you create like a story or game or whatever, right? It's like those there is the proverb that is like the thousand cats or something, dead but 1,000 cats, right? And when you're creating something, it's like those small decisions. It's not like, oh, let's make a game about guys shooting guns with the other guys. No, it's like what guns, what the guys are looking, what the environment is looking, and that takes like time. And it's not like just a prompt, and it's not like 600 words. It's more like 6,000 or probably even 60,000 words that you need to like go through, and the small details. Oh, maybe this should be like a little bit faster, and that creates good experiences and good games, good movies, good art, and like that. It's not like if you summarize Call of Duty, guys running with guns shooting at each other. Well, yeah, and there is probably like million clones of that, and you can actually, I think, even buy a Unreal starter kit with exactly that, right? And nobody will play it because it's not Call of Duty. So I'm really not afraid about the future when we can just like prompt and just like create like whole movies and so what will I will watch because there is so much movies. Because we will know, like humans will know it's absolutely shitty stuff. And they will look for those handmade, meat-made stories and mixes.
Actually, even if you look at the trends in design, for example, even the last year, the main trending theme was like hand-drawn stuff. So super quickly, this part of the industry switched to like this human-made, design. So yeah, I like you said, I think that more and more industries will switch to something that's meat-made, as you nicely put it.
I have a question for you guys. It's just thinking from the investor point of view. And when I say about investor, I mean about of course, some guy with a lot of money, but also about the young person who want to invest in his future. His, her, depends. For now, if I would love to become some advert content creator or a movie producer, I would never invest in video cameras, in building the huge movie studio, because it's a extremely big risk that in next 5-10 years there will be no movie studios at all. There will be probably even no real actors, because everything will be generated by some AI tools. And we are here on a game development conference for students. And do you think that there is a sense to invest the time and learning about the old school game development? Because in next 5 to 10 years, the industry will look totally different. So, I would love to hear your thoughts about it.
Correct.
That's why you shouldn't base your future on current trends. And then for investing and for learning and for doing game even, right? I always despise the idea that, let's see what sells on Steam now and let's do a 2-3 year project. Making it 2 years? In a year, there was this research, and in a span of the year, top 5 genres that sold well on Steam were like flipped completely. They were not even in top 10. Of course, the Dota and CS:GO and all the titles were there, but the genres they completely flipped in a span of a year. So there is no point of doing something for like years or like life based on current trends. So I don't think people should look at maybe the game dev won't exist even like in some years. Like, what do you want to do in life? Do you want to make movies? Read as much as you can. Listen to music, watch movies, try to make stuff, write, go into art, learn some technical skills, and then do movies in the future. You will do movies in the future if you want, because it will still exist. Like people will watch movies, even if there will exist those generated ones. So for me, one thing that every young people can invest is themselves. Like, what can make me human in 5 years, still human, interesting human in 5 years? Like, read comic books, read books. Like, there's so many of them, like new ones and old ones. And what makes the work of art or like output of human interesting is the unique mix, right? Like, it's like a small thing, but I love comic books and I read a lot of them, I collect them, but for some particular reason, I never read Lobo in my life, which is weird because most of my friends that don't even read comic books read Lobo. So I don't know, it just happened, right? So like whatever I create lacks whatever input Lobo would put in my head, right? But I probably read some comic books that most of my friends in the industry haven't, right? So I have that unique mix, and they have, of course, their Lobo mix, I guess. So this is not going anywhere for me, right?
Lobo only drawn by Bisley.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I think that what you said, that the things that make us human will be important, and the things that people care about. I think that's the most important factor, because I'm sure that in 2 years, no advertising films will be made like in real location or whatever, because no one cares about ads. You know, you pay 29 zlotys to YouTube not to see them, right? Let's take, for example, the latest film by the Anderson, Paul Thomas Anderson, One Battle After Another. They shot it on CinemaScope, which is like a 35mm film, but the frame is switched horizontally instead of vertically. Like, no one uses it anymore. And he said, I want to shoot it on CinemaScope for a reason. They like took these retro cameras that were like 40 or 50 years old and retrofitted it. And they shot it like that because it's more organic and more human for them, for the creators. They even like fitted 3 cinemas in the world, like the biggest cinema in Hollywood, one in London, or maybe one in New York, with the projector that can read the film. So you would say, why do that, right? Like, you can have like the great, like the Alexa Red camera, which is like 8K or 16K, I don't know, like crazy quality. And you choose something like from the past just because it feels more real and organic. So I think that probably Netflix will be generated because they already like 90% is crap. But the 10% probably is going to be great. So I think that if we care about something, we will want to do it, manually and with the humans involved. And it's the same with games, right? It's like there's like hundreds of thousands probably now titles on Steam, and only some of them are the ones that we care about. So I guess it's the same in every industry.
Now I will answer my own question, if you don't mind. I totally agree. And in Bones, we have the situation now. For last 10 years, we were doing motion capture for multiple games. And usually it was walking, running, climbing, shooting, dying, multiple gameplay animations. Every single new game, the same stuff. But for last year, maybe 2 years, we are shooting mostly cutscenes because most of the gameplay is available on the market to buy or to generate by some Utana AI tool or Cascader software. That's easy, and it doesn't need to be unique as much as the interesting part of the story, like cutscenes. And still, producers and creative directors in video games, they want to do it themselves. So they want to hire real actors, they want to be on a set, They want to direct everything by themselves because that's the human spirit inside of it. And people were asking me many times, are you not afraid about the motion capture studio? There's no sense. In the next few years, AI will do everything. And yeah, they will do most of everything. But there will be always the need for handmade, high quality content because it's something unique. It's impossible to do it with the computer. You know, you can buy posters, you can create some 3D design in a computer, but painters are still there. And people who want to pay $1,000 $1 million for real art, they are still there on the market. And so I'm optimistic about
but the process probably yours will be sped up because the storyboard could be generated because they don't have to be like, you know, the word of the beautiful art, right? But you could have in like a one sitting with the AI, the director or somebody could have like hundreds of variations of the scene without just burning the resources, right? So I think those tools will allow you to do even better stuff as humans because you won't waste your time on the stuff that you could actually generate, right? Of course, now we are paying somebody to generate those, right? And they are going to trash anyway, right? The storyboards. Nobody will see them. So I'm also optimistic about that. It will allow us to add extra 10, 20% over our work, and that will be great.
Like in the Fiverr a few years back had an advertisement campaign, AI will take my job. And there was another poster, AI will take my job to the next level.
I just wanted to add what you said about the cutscenes and the human touch. I think the also important factor is the human emotion. It's like we do sometimes things that are not like budget-wise because we want to, for example, shoot it because we want to shoot it. And even though I can generate like the best photography on my laptop, it's still, for me, nicer inside to feel something, to go with the camera and shoot something just for me, you know, as a hobby. And I would do much nicer photography generating it right now because the graphic engines for generating images are crazy right now. And it's changing like month to month, but still I would prefer to just go for a walk and take my old camera with me and shoot something. So, and that would seem stupid. Why would I do that, right? So that's the factor, I guess, that sometimes we just want to do something even though it doesn't make any sense.
I think it's kind of like banging on my words again, but because you're curious, maybe I will do it differently. Maybe I will have some nice feeling when I will be doing it. And you said that before you went to Africa to shoot something on the desert, and now you can generate it. But actually, probably, if you really put your head to it and want we want to make something really, really cool and original, but we need like those vastness. But then we need to dive into the sand, and then there will be a close up and all that. You can generate it to a degree, but out there you will just do it, right? Without how you really want it, right? Like just because you want it.
That's actually interesting because sometimes you need this happy accident, like on set or on like doing like a motion capture or whatever. Something feels cool. Okay, it might happen with AI because lots of happy accidents generating things, but when the minds collide and you are somewhere and the sun is setting and you say, oh, let's shoot it differently. Let's change the scene, change the story a bit because it feels better when you're there. And it's almost impossible while sitting, you know, in front of a Discord with your team and generating on a deadline.
The world is your prompt engineer.
So I think this is very interesting what you said because when I worked with AI, I'm using it mostly to start my every task. Yeah. So basically, when I try to produce music, generate something. Oh, it's okay. Then I take it, take a couple of stems, and trying to make samples from this and generate totally new product. Yeah, totally new. I know something. So I'm creating based on the everything was created by AI. Yeah? So do you think this is what we should right now? I know learn. What should this skill we should have? You know, to try to work with AI as a tool, and how we should this tool use right now in the creative to create things. I don't know. What's your?
Yeah. I think it's actually like some people said that when you're working a lot with the AI, you're losing kind of like some skills. Kind of like when you are just typing text, you lose the ability to handwrite. Like I completely lost the ability to handwrite. Like I cannot read myself basically at that point, right? But also, if you are like really working with AI and really want some particular outputs, like I have this idea and I really want to feel like that, and you are working constantly with it, you are starting to learn to put your vision clearer than before. At least in my situations like that, because you really need to the brief really needs to be clear for it to kickstart it and to do what you really want. And that is transferable to how you communicate with people later on, right? Because it's not like, oh, do this like so it's nice. No. Like, what do you mean by nice? Oh, actually, I meant like this lighting, this setup, this something, right? And I talk sometimes to humans as I talk to AI, which means I talk clearer and like with a more like more vivid vision, let's say. And sometimes, of course, that vivid vision and that clearer picture comes from AI, right? I have this kind of like, I need this task to be done. I have some kind of idea, and then as Robert said, like I have the blank card, then I have something, I iterate, and then I just say to the human, like, hey, this is my idea. What do you think? What would you change? For example, job advertisement. Like, I remember it was like weeks going around the lead or director can write me the job description. Please write me that we need that person. Can you? And HR was chasing them. And now I just like spend like 10 minutes with AI. I have like some kind of draft of the document. We always change something because something is always off, and we just put it like in a half day. It's done. And before that, it was like weeks of running. So for that, as I said, the skill that you need to learn is to how to communicate clearly with machine, and then it will be also with the humans.
It's super interesting what you just said, because I think if you had like in the previous like ages ago, so 2 years ago, if you had like, I don't know, let's say for a film, because it's easier for me to think film like a film pipeline. If I had just an okay idea, I went to a director, for example. He could add something on top of my okay idea. Then he went to a composer to compose a music. He thought, maybe we can add this. And the sum of people would give you something much better, usually, than the first initial okay idea. But now, if you have okay idea and you go to the AI with this okay idea, you just have okay result. There's no one in the middle, so that's harder, and you actually have to. Okay, you have the AI that can enhance your idea, maybe, but still the clear communication, and you need to be like, super precise and really know what you want, because there's no middleman that can make it better.
There's also this aspect, like my personal aspect of being a producer is like, well, that's a cool idea, dear AI. But it's not doable. Like I don't have like 100 people to do this, or like sometimes when you drop some mixing some ideas, it's like, oh, it would be cool if you have a gun that kind of like spews a liquid and it's like super physically accurate. And like, well, yeah, that's a cool idea, but we won't do it. It's not possible in current setup of the technology. So, but with the human, it's instant, right? You go to the programmer, you tell him about the idea, and it's like, well, 100 units at the time. No, more like 10 units at the time, right? So let's not even like flesh out the 100 units because think about 10 of them. And this is something that AI, I think, will lack for quite a time. This down-to-earth thinking.
So all right. So we're standing that this is a tool, and we need a human at the end always. How large should be a team in the terms of the game development right now to make a game using these tools, and in the future, what you think?
That's what I ask if you fired anybody, but I remember at the beginning there was this idea that so now somebody like AAA studios will fire people because like if we can do a AAA game now with like 400 people, but now we have AI tools and we can do it with 50 people, let's do it. No. The thinking will be always, okay, so we have 400 people and we have like 100-hour game. Let's add AI tools and have like 300 hours game, right? More content, more polished content, fail faster. So I don't think it's like, because of AI now we can have like half of the team's sizes, right? No. It's the same size. They will just do better job.
2 or 3 more titles in production.
All right, guys. So basically, I think. No, we have a couple of minutes. So basically, maybe we have questions from the audience. Someone want to ask something?
Actually, I would love to be able to hire like a lot of juniors, give them the tools. For example, programmers, that's I think the easiest one because you can put a junior person who knows how to program because he went to school, he did some stuff. And now with AI assistant, he can do like a lot of work without, like bothering seniors. Like, I coded something and it doesn't work, right? And like even like 2 days ago, I had the same problem. Like, I did the code, it wasn't working, and for me and for other guy, it was like, well, everything is fine with the code. And I asked AI, and there was like a very, very low technology problem with the implementation of the function in the engine, right? Human didn't know that. So junior with the AI tool can be kind of like not a junior anymore, right? Or at least not waste time of the seniors. So I fight the idea like, let's get rid of the juniors because we have AI agents. No. Let's get juniors even more, give them AI tools, and now we have like maybe not mids, but we have a bigger and more skilled team.
And that's interesting because I noticed that if you have like this super heavy skill set and lots of experience, and sometimes you are giving like a simple task, you tend to overcomplicate it with the tools that you know. And if you take the junior and give him AI or her AI, it's sometimes they just have a quicker response, and like maybe it's not so polished, but it's like done in like half a day instead of 10 days because it's just using the tools that they have on hand, and then they know, and they're easy to learn. Because actually it's the coolest thing about AI that it's super easy to get into. You don't have to have like technical skills and studies or whatever. It's just you need to see some tutorials on YouTube, spend like 2 weeks on it, and you know something already. And it's impossible before. Just to learn a 3D skill, it's like 2, 3, 5 years. So that's, for young people, I guess that's really cool.
And then you can put actual like a senior or other person with that junior work and just iterate on it, elevate it to a proper production ready work in a span of like 2 days, 3 days of a junior time.
So basically, I have totally different opinion right now because I'm working with AIs as well. Guys in our team told me that they don't have time to hire juniors. So basically they build agents based on the AI to help them, and it's much faster to produce everything, coding and so on. So I spoke with them. So they told me that for this for this project, we don't have time to hire junior. I don't have time, to teach him how to, use our tools, use our knowledge in this project. So basically, he built the agent, and this agent helped him, programming. So basically, I think this is two different approaches. You see future for juniors. I don't see future for juniors right now. So basically, what do you think, guys?
It's funny that there's no standardized, standard for anything right now, because it's changing so rapidly that we used to have for example, in advertising industry, there's an industry that has almost more than 100 years of history. So you had the roles that were very specific, and with the years and years of the industry, it was standardized, and you know what to expect. And now there are two people and two different approaches, because you use AI differently. And I think it's due to the fact that it's changing so rapidly, it's impossible to have a standardized the road for a company to use.
I think this is related of the project. I think it depends of the kind of what kind of project it is and what kind of task you need. I think if you can hire junior or not, yeah. So because knowledge is very important. What I think that's you can work with AI, but someone in terms of the coding, for instance, yeah, you have to check and make a review, because he makes a lot of mistakes and errors in the code. So this is obvious, but guys told me that without it, they need 1 month more time to produce everything. So basically, with the agents and the AIs, they can cut the costs of our project. Yeah.
Well, or they're making just a strategic mistake and they will fail in a few months. But the thing is that maybe that case is because it's so specialized that the tasks are kind of well written already, right? So it's I just need that function that takes that data set and do that, right? And that's it. And AI is good for that. But if it's you know what, we are thinking about doing pack of wolves running around. I don't know the specifics. I just want wolves in my game running around so go figure out something, right? And AI agents won't do that. You need the human touch for that. And the junior can, as you said, come up with some weird idea, not specified idea. So I think it's the case of if the tasks are already very, very quantified and well written that even machine can do it, or they're just simple tasks, but not that concrete and not that simple.
All right. So we've done. Thank you, guys. It was awesome and pleasure to meet you. So see you around. Maybe you can talk with someone.
Thank you, our patient public.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All three of you.
Thank you for the invitation and enjoy the conference.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do games.